Hi, welcome to our class. Today, we will learn about the different strategies used in communication. So get ready and tune in. In today's lesson, we will learn about the various types of communicative strategy. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to distinguish various types of communicative strategy, engage in a communicative situation, and use acceptable, polite, and meaningful communicative strategy. So, what is communicative strategy? We may not be aware of it, but we use it every day. Communicative strategies are ways or means which we adopt to share or communicate to achieve a particular purpose. We are not merely listeners or speakers, but we communicate with purpose. Let's get to know more about the 7 types of communicative strategy. Number 1. Nomination. Nomination is a strategy used in starting a conversation or establishing a topic. To start a conversation, you may start by asking questions, opinions, or giving a compliment or offering help. Let's take a look at the following examples. What do you think about the COVID vaccine? Is a sample question that asks for an opinion. Asking for opinion to start a conversation is one way of knowing other people's thoughts, beliefs, and ideas about a particular topic. I have read your short story. You sure have what it takes, is a sample compliment. Praising or showing appreciation for other people is not only a good conversation starter, but also shows our genuine interest towards others. Would you like some hand on this stuff? This is a sample of offering help. Being sincere in our conversation brings fruitful and meaningful conversation. Remember, when opening a conversation, be mindful in asking questions or bringing up a topic. Avoid asking personal questions that will make the other person uncomfortable or subjected to discrimination. Topics such as religion, politics, income, and status are to be avoided. In starting a conversation, make a good topic for meaningful and engaging conversations. Number 2. Restriction. Restriction is a strategy that refers to the limitation that you may have as a speaker. The speaker's response is confined or limited to a set of categories or instructions. Let's take a closer look at the following examples. A commencement speaker delivering a speech. In this scenario, a person speaks and the others listen without the opportunity of being heard by sharing their thoughts. Therefore, the listeners is only confined to listening. The professor instructing students to answer the statements with either true or false. The instructions require to answer either true or false, which means that any other response is not accepted and is limited to this category. Being asked on a job interview to answer work qualifications. The interview questions are bound to work-related questions that will require only job-related answers. Therefore, sharing with the interviewer about your private life is restricted. It may be irrelevant to job-related questions. Always remember in restricted conversations to pay attention to the instructions or details to give the proper response or action. Number 3. Turn-taking. Turn-taking is a strategy used in recognizing when and how to speak when it is one's turn. Turn-taking allows all participants in a conversation to share their thoughts. Turn-taking is a strategy commonly used in our day-to-day conversation. So what are the cues or expressions used to know when it is your turn to speak? Use expressions such as, "What's on your mind? Would you like to suggest something?" And "I'd like to hear from you." These are just some of the examples we can use in turn-taking. Apply this strategy by making your statements short, yet informative, to give way to others to speak. In turn-taking, avoid hogging the conversation by being considerate and gracious of others people's thoughts. Number 4. Topic control. Topic control is a strategy used when the conversation is bound only by a given topic. topic control is necessary to regulate or prevent irrelevant or unnecessary changing of the topic. For sure, nobody wants a conversation that is going nowhere, or getting clueless about the topic or wondering where the conversation is leading. Here's an example in number 1. During a Senate session, the Senate President presides over the meeting, and senators who would like to speak ask permission from the Senate President. In this manner, the presiders will be able to manage or control the conversation by determining those who will contribute to the conversation in developing the topic. You may use expressions such as going back to our topic or continuing with our topic to keep the topic relevant. Be attentive in understanding the topic. Number 5. Topic shifting. Topic shifting is a strategy used to move from one topic to another. Topic shifting allows the conversation to keep on going. Changing the topic is one way to keep the conversation more interesting and insightful. Use transitions such as, by the way, which reminds me of, at this point, let me tell you about, are some of the examples to hint at a change of a topic. Make sure that everything is properly discussed as you shift to the next topic. In this way, confusion and misunderstanding will be avoided. Number 6. Repair. Repair is a strategy used in overcoming communication breakdown through clarification, repetition, or changing of a message. Repair is also called a self-righting mechanism, which we use when we encounter problems in communication. Do you remember an instance when you have to ask your teacher to repeat a question, or when you have to change some words in your conversation for the other person to understand your message? Here are some examples. Number 1. Speaker may change their message to be more understandable. Using expressions such as, "What I mean is," let me rephrase that. You may change some words or rearrange your statement to be clearer and more precise in your message. Number 2. Speaker may repeat their statement by saying, "Let me say it one more time. I will be repeating the question. Once again." Repetition allows the speaker to reiterate their message for the listener to remember the message or the idea. Number 3. Repair also includes requesting for clarification, definition, translations, or repetition on the part of the listener. "I'm sorry, can you please repeat it for me?" is a question asking for repetition. "What do you mean by carpal tunnel syndrome?" is a question asking for definition or translation. "Does it mean that we will be working from home?" is a question in the form of clarification on our last sample. If there is a question in your conversation, do not hesitate to ask for clarification or repeat information if the message was not successfully transmitted. And last but not least, number 7, termination. Termination is a strategy to end the conversation through verbal or nonverbal gestures. Termination initiates ending an interaction or topic using direct or indirect strategies. Be attentive to the verbal and nonverbal cues when a person would like to end a conversation. Learn when it's time to end an interaction and say goodbye. Here are the following examples. Gesturing a look at the wristwatch is an indirect way to prompt an end to a conversation, and the direct way is to say it simply. "I have to go," or "That's all for today, till next." And oh, how we love termination in class. When the teacher says, "Goodbye, class," that's one termination you like to hear after a tiring school day. Whatever communicative strategy you are engaged in, always remember to be polite, courteous, and mindful of your conversations with other people. Hope you have learned something new. Watch out for our new lessons. Till then,